Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of News Generation. We have a very interesting bulletin in store for you. My name is Ifwa Akwa Harrison and I'll be doing this with Akesi Moke. Let me tell you what's coming up. Several pedestrians have found a dangerous route to cross the Kaneshie Mallam Highway. A virus in South America has a lot of doctors worried, and students of the Christ the King School celebrate 60 years with a talent explosion. You're watching News Generation. These stories and more coming up. Please stay with us.
News Generation, supported by
Cowbell with Vitarid. We all know how important good nutrition is to grow up big and strong. Not only is Cowbell milk enriched with 28 vitamins and minerals, it's also boosted by the 5 most important vitamins, which we call Vitarid.
It's got vitamin A for good eyesight development. It's got vitamin C to help fight infections. It's got vitamin D and calcium to help build strong bones and teeth. It's got vitamin E to help with body protection. And it's got vitamin K for general well-being and immunity.
For good health and vitality, only Cowbell with Vitarid puts you on the fast track.
Thank you for staying, and you can also get in touch with us on the program on social media. Akesi Moke will be telling us where you can go in a little bit. Hello, Akesi.
Hello, Ifwa.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you too. How was your break?
My break was really good, very restful.
And you're back. How is everything working out for you?
Everything is okay so far, so good. You know, excited to be back at work, to find interesting stories. So let us know if you have any interesting story ideas that you want to see on the program. Let us know through our social media pages. Let us know where to go.
Okay, well, you can get interactive with us on our social media handles at Facebook on facebook.com/newsgenerationgh and on Twitter at newsgengh.
Okay, so send your messages through. Now, several pedestrians have found an alternative route to cross the Kaneshie Mallam Highway. Rather than using one of the 2 overhead footbridges constructed to help passage to and from both sides of the road, the pedestrians use a gap in the wall beneath the footbridge despite the danger. Lord Edu Asari has the rest of the story.
This is the Kaneshie footbridge, which has been constructed to help pedestrians cross the road effectively or safely. Now, behind me is a hole which has been somewhat created. I don't know whether it's by the pedestrians or it just broke over time. I realized that lots of people have been passing there instead of using the footbridge. Now, I'm going to be speaking to a number of pedestrians who use that hole frequently. You are in a hurry to go and use the hole over there. Why are you using here and not the overhead?
Okay, this place is hard to pass this place, but if you pass here, it's easy. Because it's not all of them can climb the overhead. Yeah, mostly those old women and men, they usually pass this place. Yeah.
Okay, but you are not an old man. You are very fit and strong.
Yeah.
So why are you using this place and not overhead?
Okay, I think this place is short for me.
Aren't you worried that you could get hit by a car? Because, I mean, it's a busy street.
Yeah. I know that something like that can happen. But what can we do? We don't have any choice.
I want to get here as fast as I can. And then my legs, I get tired when climbing the overhead. Yeah.
So what, is it that it is too high? What exactly is wrong with the overhead?
Yeah, it's too high. It's too high.
But how about your safety? Aren't you worried that you could get knocked down by a car?
Yeah, so I make sure there's no car coming before I cross. Yes.
You see, say everybody is passing there. So old woman is passing there, young man is passing there. So me too, I go fit pass there.
How
Everyone uses the overhead bridge. The lazy ones are those who cross from here. The wall broke down over a year ago, but the authorities haven't fixed it. Occasionally, they patch it up, but it is removed again. A girl got knocked down by a speeding car, but the driver sped off because he said the girl shouldn't have used the road.
This is what it looks like at night here at the Kaneshie footbridge. Like you saw earlier, a number of pedestrians opt to use this hole within the wall as an exit point to get here. As scary as it may look, they are ready to risk it all, not minding that there's a footbridge up there, which is safer, by the way. I'll be speaking to some of them to find out exactly why they are doing this, because this is dangerous.
There are thieves on the overhead bridge who attack us at night when we are returning from work, and they take our wares.
Once it was really shaking, and then we were like, when it's windy or something, as if the bridge is coming to fall. So normally when I'm using, I normally even use the bigger one instead of this smaller one. And then I always get scared when I see those kids passing through that small thing over there. I think something should be done about it. The authorities has to do something. At least the police, the personnel, and those, they can be here in the evening to watch all these things.
If I pass here, I'll go fast.
You go fast?
Yes.
So you prefer the short but dangerous routes to the long but safe one?
Yes.
Why? You know if you pass here, yes, you could get knocked down by a car, right?
Yes.
And you still want to pass it?
Because if I pass this place, my leg is paining me. So I want to pass here and go fast.
It's been a very eventful week. Let's see what else has been making headlines in local news round.
Government and organized labor have been talking about the high cost of living in Ghana. The high cost of living is due to a recent increase in the price of water and electricity, as well as some new taxes that have been introduced. Talks resumed at the Flagstaff House on Thursday, a day after nationwide protests against the government. The unions have been demanding that government reduce utility tariffs and completely scrap the energy sector levy. That's the name of the new tax. Thousands of Ghanaian workers, mostly members of organized labor, hit the streets on Wednesday to protest the tariff hikes and the new tax, which has caused a 28% increase in the prices of petroleum products. The Eastern Ridge Police Commander DCOP Awuni has inaugurated the region's Election Security Task Force ahead of the 2016 general elections. According to him, the task force is supposed to plan and implement decisions that will reduce the level of potential violent threats during the elections. The Election Security Task Force is made up of all the regional security services and other government agencies like NADBO. A 23-year-old Eric Otto has been sentenced to 5 years in prison for kidnapping the 3-year-old daughter of the head of sports at Jerison FM in Techiman. Eric Otto kidnapped the 3-year-old daughter of Jerison FM's Daddy Brown to protest investment company Jasta Motors. Jasta Motors owes Otto 15,000 Ghana cedis. The owner of Jasta Motors is also the owner of Jerison FM. The 3-year-old was captured by Eric Otto while she was playing around her home. The police administration has assured they will soon begin a crackdown on motorbike riders who fail to observe road traffic regulations, especially at traffic intersections. For example, jumping red light. Questioned why the police often look on in such situations, Acting Inspector General of Police explained it happens only because the police officers deployed at the intersections are often not permitted to leave their stations. Speaking on Joy FM Super Morning Show, John Kudalo said the administration will soon introduce changes, including the installation of cameras. Former Black Starlets striker Sadiq Adam saved the life of BA United player Ebenezer Baidu during the size training session earlier this week. During the training, Ebenezer Baidu dropped to the ground motionless after colliding heads with one of his teammates. He was helpless for some time as there were no medics around to attend to him. The player laid on the pitch unconscious for some time until Sadiq Adams, who is now with Brecum Chelsea, popped up to save the situation.
So that's a roundup of local news. Now, I'm sure many of you are happy now that electricity supply has stabilized in the country, but now there's a rising concern. How much is it costing your parents for utilities like electricity and water in the past few weeks? Here's what you've been saying on WhatsApp.
I reduce the number of gadgets I use. Maybe if there's a laptop, there's a phone, I either choose one, either the phone or the laptop. And then I also avoid using the phone when watching TV. And then reducing the brightness of the phone so that it doesn't waste power, and putting the phone on power saving mode. And then put out lights when they are not in use, especially during the day. Some lights are not necessary, so you just put them on.
Sometimes when the air conditioner is on at home, we don't turn on the TV and we also turn off the lights. You can reduce the brightness level of your phone. You put it on the power saving mode and you iron in bulk. You don't iron one at a time, you iron everything at the same time.
Ironing in bulk, and the usual, when you're not using the lights, you must keep it off. And you shouldn't use too much gadgets because it conserves a lot of power. When you should use, most gadgets have power saving mode, so you should use that often. And
we basically experience, because when we go and buy the prepaid unit, we know the number of days it takes, but this time it's shorter, and then sometimes the light goes off when you don't expect it.
My parents don't complain about it. They say if they are able to pay a large amount of money and they get a full supply of electricity, they wouldn't like to complain, because it's actually better than paying little and getting light out every day.
For December, there was a lot of, we had lights at least, but then now we're back in January, so we're expecting the power outages, but they're not coming. So the increased tariffs, we complain, but like we have lights now, so yeah.
Those were your views on WhatsApp. Now, Akesi, have you been affected?
Well, I have. The electricity, not so much, but the water. Lately, we've been relying on the reservoir, so hopefully, we hope everything, gets back to normal.
But have your parents been complaining about how expensive life is becoming lately?
Well, they have before. Well, I actually didn't think that this is how we were going to start the year, but, we have to keep our faith in God for stuff. Yeah.
I agree. We hope it will get better. Well, there's more news for you after the break. Still to come, we'll tell you how students of Christ the King are preparing for their 60th anniversary.
We all know how important good nutrition is to grow up big and strong. Not only is cowbell milk enriched with 28 vitamins and minerals, it's also boosted by the 5 most important vitamins, which we call VitaRich.
It's got vitamin A for good eyesight development. It's got vitamin C to help fight infections. It's got vitamin D and calcium to help build strong bones and teeth. It's got vitamin E to help with body protection. And it's got vitamin K for general well-being and immunity.
For good health and vitality, only cowbell with VitaRich puts you on the fast track.
Welcome back to News Generation. My name is Ifwa Akwa Harris, and I'm doing this together with Akesi Moke. Remember, you can always catch up with us online on social media. Find us on facebook.com/NewsGenerationGH. We are also on Twitter @NewsGenGH. In South America's largest country, Brazil, it is being blamed for the undeveloped brains of thousands of babies. It has even caused some areas to declare a state of emergency because it has almost reached pandemic proportions. That means it is spreading really fast. The world is talking about the Zika virus.
Babies being born with small heads or microcephaly. This is what caused alarm in Latin American doctors and North American authorities to issue an alert for people who want to visit South America. But why is microcephaly causing so much concern in the Americas? It's all linked to the Zika virus. Almost 4,000 babies in Brazil have been born with small heads, and though it hasn't been confirmed yet, doctors believe it is because of Zika. This is because tests run on the babies with small head syndrome who died all had the virus in their brain. No other explanation has been found for the increase in the numbers. The doctors believe these babies are getting infected through their mothers. Zika is generally mild and only causes symptoms in 1 in 5 people. It is spread by bites of the Aedes aegypti mosquito, which also spreads dengue and chikungunya, all illnesses similar to malaria. The Zika virus has traces to Africa. It was first discovered in Uganda in 1947, but was confined to a few places on the continent. It was reported in Brazil in May 2015. Death is rare, but symptoms of the virus include a mild fever, red, sore eyes, headaches, joint pain, and rashes. There is no vaccine or treatment for the disease, and patients are only advised to rest and drink a lot of fluids to recover. 49 babies with suspected microcephaly have died in Brazil. According to the Brazilian Ministry of Health, the Zika virus was absent in only 5 of the cases. This threatening disease has prompted action past the borders of South America. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention issued an alert last Friday advising pregnant women to consider postponing travel to Brazil and other Latin American and Caribbean countries where outbreaks of Zika have been registered. The travel alert applies to Brazil, Colombia, El Salvador, French Guiana, Guatemala, Haiti, Honduras, Martinique, Mexico, Panama, Paraguay, Suriname, Venezuela, and Puerto Rico.
We pray for Brazil and we thank God that the Zika virus is nowhere near the shores of Africa, and we are praying that it continues to stay so. So hopefully Ghanaian babies are safe. Akesi, over to you.
Well, good news for South Africa. The rate of illegal poaching of rhinos for their horns fell for the first time last year, and black actors have decided to boycott the Oscars. What's that about? Let's find out in international news.
The number of rhinos poached for their horns in South Africa fell last year for the first time since 2007. There were 1,175 cases in 2015, compared to the record number of 1,215 in the previous year. The decline was due to increased policing and combat operations. The biggest film award ceremony in the world is being criticized for not recognizing non-white actors. Last year, the Oscars were highlighted for having no black nominees. Actress Jada Pinkett Smith, her husband Will Smith, and director Spike Lee say they won't attend this year's awards because of the lack of diversity. Oscar-winning actor George Clooney accused the Academy Awards of moving in the wrong direction. Star Wars actress Lupita Nyong'o also said she's disappointed by the lack of inclusion in the nominations. Academy President Cheryl Isaacs vowed to review its membership as stars pledged to boycott the ceremony. Manchester United denied they met Bayern Munich manager Pep Guardiola to discuss the possibility of him replacing current boss Louis van Gaal. The meeting is said to have taken place in Paris, but United insists the story is not true. Guardiola will leave Bayern Munich this summer and said he has several offers from English clubs. Manchester City are favourites to recruit the Spaniard, but Chelsea and United have also been linked with him. Roger Federer reached the last 16 of the Australian Open after proving too strong for Grigor Dimitrov in their highly anticipated third-round match. The Swiss third seed won 6-4, 3-6, 6-1, 6-4 under an arena roof as rain halted play on the outside courts. It's brought four-time champion Federer his 300th Grand Slam match win. Top seeds Serena Williams and Novak Djokovic won in straight sets, while former champion Maria Sharapova also went through. American astronomers say they have found strong evidence that a ninth planet might exist in our solar system. No one has actually seen the planet yet, but scientists believe that it almost definitely exists because they can see other objects in space being affected by it. Scientists think the planet 9 is 10 times bigger than Earth. The discovery of planet 9 is the first time in 150 years that scientists have had solid evidence that there are more planets in our solar system than we already knew about. This could change scientists' understanding of how the whole solar system was made. But until scientists actually see the planet, they can't confirm its existence for sure. Buckingham Palace has teamed up with Google to produce a 3D tour of parts of Queen Elizabeth II's home in London. Using a smartphone and a cardboard viewer, school children will be able to go on what Google is calling a virtual field trip around Buckingham Palace.
Christ the King is celebrating 60 years. Hooray! As part of its anniversary celebration, the school will be organizing a talent explosion. NG reporter Deborah Busumbru visited the school to see how the students there are preparing for the program.
It's 7:15 at Christ the King International School, and students are already gathered for rehearsals. They are working on their version of the play, The Marriage of Anansewa. It has been weeks of rehearsals, starting at 7 a.m. for 2 hours. There's a lot of zeal and excitement here as the children work their hearts out.
I believe you took it out of my pocket? Nonsense. I'll stop you. I beg you let me stop. Say you also that kind of own quiz to the method paper in serial school. I'll stop by saying I will beg you let me stop. Give me back the piece and hand you fool.
Alvin plays the role of Anansi. This is his first time of acting and he's happy to be here.
It's about a man who is drilling his daughter into playing dead so he can squander some money from the chiefs he's given his daughter to. It has been a very wonderful experience and I'm enjoying myself. I hope that everyone will come and watch me on that day, and I believe that they'll go back. When they go back home, they won't forget what happened. They'll have the best experience of their life.
He is not the only one.
I'm Stephanie Mensah and I'll be playing Anansewa, Anansi's daughter. It's about Anansi forcing his daughter to marry a chief, but he wants to find out how I will feel when I go to the chief's house, so he tries to trick them and to find out who is the suitable chief.
My name is Adeline Eche and I'm playing Akwesi's fiancé. Akwesi wants to marry me, but he has not placed the head drink on my parents' tables, and he's telling me I'm his wife just because he brought me gifts and other things. So he's calling me his wife, but I'm not his wife yet.
It's okay. I'm still learning more of the things that I'm supposed to do on stage.
It's really fun acting in this group, and I'm having a lot of fun, and I hope to act other plays with this group as well.
I would say that I just hope that I'll be able to remember all my lines, do very well, so that everybody will be proud of me.
With the help of directors, the students perform to the best of their ability, all in an effort to get out of their comfort zone. The director, Ato, also says he's impressed with the children.
It's a collaboration between the National Theatre, there's a National Drama Company, and then Christ the King. And we are trying to, as it were to say, catch them young. You know, we believe that quite apart from the academic works, there are certain extracurricular activities that the children are so much versed in. It could be singing, it could be drumming, it could be a poetry recital, it could be acting, it could be clay work, creative works, and all these things. So as part of their 60th anniversary, I believe the school thought it wise that they need to put some of these things together. It's not only about the classroom work, it's about the talents and the gifts that they have. And then looking at the broad scope of all these things, we decided to bring them together under the umbrella of Christ the King to make sure that they nurse this talent. And so far, for a period of 2-3 months, they've been very awesome. It's very difficult. I'm a professional, but they are not. But I try as much as possible to drill them, push them to come close to reality. And it has not been easy. But we are trying as much as possible to make sure that it comes very well, as creatively as possible.
And this is only one of the many exciting lineup of events being prepped for Christ the King Talent Explosion.
The Christ the King Talent Explosion takes place at the National Theatre on the 29th of January at 5 p.m. To join the celebration, tell mom and dad to take you there, and the rate is only 50 cedis. We hope to see you there.
Are you going, Akesi?
I'll think about it. I have to, you know, I have a plan.
I have some friends at Christ the King?
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay. You want to say hello to them?
Well, hello to Peniella and Peniel of Christ the King International School. They are triplets.
I know them actually. Yeah,
I've seen them here.
Yeah. They contribute quite a bit to the show as well. But that's it for this edition of News Generation. Where can people catch up with us?
Or you can get interactive with us on our social media handles at Facebook on facebook.com/NewsGenerationGH and on Twitter at NewsGenGH.
Thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.
Bye.
News Generation, supported by
Cowbell with Vitarid.